Welcome back everybody to the latest freaking 2 food review. This week's video might have a little deja vu to you because last week I did a new Oreo and a new soda flavor. This week I'm doing a new Oreo and a new soda flavor. But this week it's the new Post Malone Oreo. And later we have the new flavor of orange cream Coke, which I'm going to compare to an orange creamsicle. But let's start with the Oreo. This is the package itself. Now apparently the actual flavor is Posty Swirled Salted Caramel and Shortbread Flavor Cream. Is that the actual name of the Oreo? Is that the description of it? Or is it just Post Malone Oreo? I don't know. But the packaging is interesting. That's kind of an unusual Oreo packaging. I kind of like it. They have what appear to be guitar picks in the background. Very nice. Now here's how they break it down. They say it has a chocolate top. They say it has a salted caramel and shortbread flavor cream inside and a golden base. You even have a full-on quote here by Post Malone. All right, I'm ready to get started here. Let's crack this open. Oh wow, there's a smell that just wafts out of there. Wow, that might be the strongest smelling cookie I ever smelled. Let's see if we got some designs here. This one says Post on it. This has a car. Someone help me out on what that's supposed to be because I'm not quite sure. We got lots of different designs in here. Tons of them, all these different designs. Look at all those. Oh, I like this. This is my favorite. This is the guitar. That's my favorite right there. I'm gonna eat that one first. Not that it changes the flavor, but I wanna eat the guitar first. Wow, when you open that package, it smells like someone's baking cookies in here. That's exactly what it smells like. It smells like someone's baking cookies. So the first thing I want to do is I just want to eat one. I just want to give it a full-on first test, and then later we'll try some other things. Man, that's one of the most prominent, that's probably the most prominent cookie smell I ever smelled. And that's not a bad thing in this case. In this case, it's a good thing. Here we go, first test. And Bailey's walking over here. Here comes Bailey. Bailey, I'm sorry, you can't have an Oreo. You can't have an Oreo, Bailey, I'm sorry. I'll give you a dog treat, but I can't give you an Oreo. She smells it. See how it's a strong smell, she smells it. I'm sorry, Bailey. I need another bite for educational purposes. Wow, that's a good Oreo, man. I recently helped JC Klein with her review of this and she was going crazy about it and I refused to taste it. I thought maybe she's overreacting. I'm not sure she is. It was pretty good. Before I go further, let me just try some of this cream just by itself. That looks lovely by itself. Little salty bits in there. It's pretty balanced. You taste the salted caramel and the shortbread. They need a double stuffed version of this one. I gotta try one more of these. I'm not sure if I just want to try it or if it's just so good I want to eat another one. I'm not really sure which one it is, but I'm gonna eat another one. I have a regular and a golden Oreo here, and we have the Post Malone. Looks like the golden is about the same as the regular golden Oreo, and the chocolate is the same as the chocolate Oreo. I'm gonna try all three of these one after another and see how it kind of fares in there. Regular Oreo first. Golden Oreo next. Post Malone Oreo last. All right, this one, they knocked this one out of the park. The flavor is balanced. You taste little tiny bits of salt in there. It almost has a butterscotch kind of a vibe to it. Comparing this to the regular Oreo, you have like the pre-Malone and the Post Malone. And I would say, even though this one's a classic, I personally would probably pick this one over this one. I would take the Post Malone over the pre-Malone Oreo. Personal opinion, don't flame me, but that's how I feel. They have to make this a permanent flavor. Even if they take the Post Malone part of it off, they have to make it a permanent flavor. It's really good, so. I thought people might have been exaggerating, but they're not. It's a great flavor. If they don't make this one a permanent flavor, they should. But with that, let's move on to the next item. Let's get to the new flavor of Coke now. Now, some of you may recall a few years back, they had the orange and vanilla Coke. That kind of came and went within a couple years. A lot of people were kind of jonesing for it, but it obviously wasn't that popular. They wouldn't have got rid of it in the first place. I'm wondering if maybe rather than admitting a mistake, they just came back with a new name for the same flavor. I don't know if I remember the original orange vanilla well enough to know if it's the same or not, because it's been several years since I had one, but let's see. Now for this test, I got plenty of things to try out. I'm gonna try them by themselves, alongside regular and zero Coke. I got a creamsicle in the freezer and even some ice cream for an orange cream Coke float. So let's get started. First up, let's try the original orange cream Coca-Cola. And then we're gonna try the zero. Try these back and forth and see what difference we have here. Regular first. I feel like I'm getting a little bit more orange than vanilla. Not so much creamsicle as it is more just like more orange. I get more orange than vanilla. Let's try the zero. I mean, they both remind me of the original orange vanilla that they had out a few years back. Maybe a bit more creamsicle-y, especially with the zero. The zero has a bit more creamsicle hint to it. You can go back and forth here. A little bit of cream, more orange. A little bit more balanced. I think the zero is a little more balanced. Now, some people don't like the taste of the zero sweetener, so they won't like this one. But to me, Zero is tiny more balanced. This one, the orange cream regular, is a little bit more orangey. But we're just getting started here. I'm gonna go down the line here, the zeros of the regular and orange cream and the regular orange cream and Coke. Coke Zero first. Now how much Coke Zero flavor we have in here? You know, I have them side by side. I like it. I'm not sure I love it. To me, it seems like the flavor is a bit artificially kind of flavored. It doesn't taste real natural. I mean, none of this is natural flavored. Are there any natural flavors in here? I'm sure it's on a label, but I'm not sure it tastes very natural. I mean, there's nothing really natural about Coke in the first place. But side by side, the flavoring almost takes away from the Coke experience to me. I don't hate it. I don't like it as much though. Do the non-zero versions here. What's interesting to me on the regular is that the orange cream Coke kind of smooths out the sugary flavor of the regular Coke a little bit, which I'm not sure everybody was gonna like. I mean, this is Coke Classic for a reason. Let's try it again. The more I drink this one, the more creamsicle-y it's starting to taste. Is it better than Coke Classic? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. But, you know, orange cream fans out there might like it. But I'm just getting started now. Now, to be fair, there's quite a few reviews of this already out there online, and most of them seem to be maybe a little bit more positive than I'm being. I'm not trying to be negative. I do think it's pretty good. I'm just trying to be critical. But some of these reviews online these days, man, I don't know about them. Take this one, for example. Here's one from The Takeout. And when I read it a little something like this. My first sip revealed a solid crispness to it, where the vanilla cream is the introductory flavor. You can faintly sense the orange here, but it's very subtle, and perhaps too subtle. As I continued sipping on, the regular Coca-Cola flavoring assumed lead duties, pushing the vanilla and orange aspects to the back, leaving little room to let them shine. Oddly enough, the orange cream combo flowed a bit better when I sipped the soda directly from the can. No can here. Again, it was restrained, but regardless, it was a refreshing soda that I took no offense to. And then I read later. The fine folks over at Coca-Cola sent me over a single can of both Coca-Cola Orange Cream and Coca-Cola Zero Sugar Orange Cream. So they buttered you up with a free gift. And what kind of a review is this? Who talks like that? Does the average Coke drinker talk like that? Absolutely not. Get out of here with that pretentious review. All right, next up, let's see what happens when I pair a regular Coke with a creamsicle. How accurate is this to these two? Let's find out. Eating a creamsicle while drinking a Coke. All right, now that's what I want to taste. Do I taste it with this? Let's see. I mean, it's kind of there. I mean, it tastes like a very similar fake version of what I just tasted. It's the flavor, but it's not quite, it's a fake version of it. Let me try now with the zero. Let me try with the zero. Zero and orange cream together. Man, that's good. That's a good combination right there. Now let's try this. Man, it's like, I shouldn't have done this because I kind of liked this before, but once I've had the real thing, I don't really like it as much. Now what happens when I pair the actual orange cream Coke with an orange creamsicle? Man, it's getting better. That's better. You kind of mask some of the fakeness of this flavor with the real thing. Let's try the zero. Oops. The flavor's masked. All right, let's get serious here now. I've got some vanilla ice cream here in a glass. Let's make an orange cream float and see how that tastes. You know, I worked at an ice cream shop in 1985. I'm a professional here. I have a lot of experience. Actually got fired from that job after 3 months, but I'm still a professional. Will this taste like a creamsicle? Let's see. You know what? The real vanilla kind of counteracts that somewhat fake tasting flavoring, and it's pretty good. It kind of has a creamsicle flavor to it. When you add a bunch of real vanilla, that actually is quite good. Let me grab another Post Malone cookie and dip it in there. Oh yeah, Post Malone, meet orange cream Coke float. Whoa. So what have we learned about all this today? As far as I'm concerned, that Post Malone cookie, if you see it in the stores and you haven't tried it, grab it. It's an excellent addition to the Oreos family, and hopefully they find a way to keep this permanent because it's that good. As far as the orange cream Coke goes, I'm a little bit on the fence. It does kind of bring back that orange vanilla Coke they had a few years ago. It's kind of creamsicle-y, but once I compare it to the real thing, it really kind of had a fake taste to it. If you see that one in the store, I would certainly think it's worth trying. I think some people are gonna like it. I'm not sure it's gonna be an overwhelming success, but some people will like it. I don't really give star ratings, but if I was gonna give a star rating, I would give those Post Malone a 5 out of 5 stars. It's as good as any new Oreo flavor I've tried. If I was gonna give the Orange Cream Coke a star rating, I'd say 2.5. It's good. It doesn't really blow me away. I probably won't get it again. It was interesting to try. And if you missed the original Orange Vanilla Coke, you'll be happy about this one. It's pretty accurate, but in a kind of a bit of an artificial sort of way. But that's it for today's video. If you've tried any of these flavors, tell me what you think in the comments below. I appreciate you watching, and I'll see you next time.